Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations. Much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Now, this lesson is going to be entitled, "The Women of the IUIC Have Always Been Out of Order." Okay? And that may not be talking about every single one, because I don't know every single one. But from what I've seen, the encounters, that I've had with, comment boards and seeing how they react on the comment boards and things of that nature, they're completely out of order and they're going against the Holy Scriptures. Okay? And they're really no different of the women of the world. Okay? Now, that was proven with the Apostle Gabar, right? They came on the Apostle Gabar's channel. All right. I don't think I have it up though, but they came on the Apostle Gabar's channel. He did a recent response. Yeah. Okay. Look. Okay. You brides of Dracula and Francocide, IUIC, stay the hell off of my channel. Access denied. And I understand why the Apostles is angry, because that's complete disrespect. For a man to be, checked by a woman, or a woman to attempt to check a man, especially a man of the Lord, is complete disrespect and is completely out of order. And there's a judgment for that. There's going to be a great judgment for that. That out of order stuff is not tolerated by the Heavenly Father, right? And a lot of these people are atheists. That's why they do things without fear. Okay? That's not tolerated by the Most High. He doesn't have to get you today. He doesn't have to get you tomorrow. He doesn't have to get you next week. But you best believe the angels are sanctioned to bring judgment. Okay? So this is complete wickedness. All right? There's nothing worse. There's nothing more aggravating to a real man than to be disrespected by a woman. There's nothing more aggravating. There's nothing more infuriating. Okay? But they don't follow the scriptures, like I said. So let me read this real quick. This is Matthew 12:36. This is coming from the Lord. It said, "But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak," and that applies to women, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. Okay, that's the facts. If you speak idle words, if you speak words, which means without laboring to filter them out, you just say things out of your mouth that's going to condemn you, you're going to have to pay for that. You're going to have to be accountable for that. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. And how do you think the Heavenly Father is looking in the heavens at you speaking against one of his men, one of his sheep that he set up as leaders of the church? And not even that, just the fact of speaking against a man of the Lord, period, even just a regular teacher, even the newest man in the camp. Okay? Even men in general, the scriptures tell you not to do that. But like I said, they don't follow the scriptures. Okay, they're of the world. They do the same thing the world does. Yeah, we don't read the scriptures with theatrics. We don't, "and then said the Lord," right? We don't do all that, right? But we bring out the pure truth. Okay, we bring out the pure doctrine. This is Numbers 12. This is what Miriam did, right? She spoke against Moses, right, about the wife he was dealing with, whatever the case may be. And let's see if the Lord responded. Oh, yeah, you should listen to this, to your sister. Listen to her rebuke. No. It says, and the Lord came down. This is Numbers 12 and 5. It says, "And the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. And he said, Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, Yahweh, will make myself known unto him in a vision and speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all my house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?" And he was speaking to whom? Aaron and Miriam. But let's see what the Lord did. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed, and the cloud departed from off the tabernacle. And behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. She got leprosy. Okay? She turned pale. She lost her pigmentation. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. He didn't curse Aaron. Okay? Because who had the greater sin? Miriam. Why? Because she was a woman. She was completely out of order. Far left. Okay? That's likened unto you women in the comment boards trying to correct the men of the Lord. And plus, especially a man that's been doing this 30 plus years, hardcore laboring in the truth. Hey, man, I'm telling you, there's a judgment for that, man. We're telling you now, there's a judgment for that, man. Okay? You want to be proud, you want to keep running your mouth? Well, that's okay. You can keep doing that. Okay? You can keep doing that. Okay? But when that angel comes knocking, man, all right, remember you were told, okay? And Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Oh, they were just speaking. They were just speaking. How can they have sinned? You don't even understand that you're sinning. By what you said was a sin, but then you claim to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. You commented on the comment board what you commented. You women, you IUIC women that commented on the apostles' comment board and any brother's comment board. Guess what? You're committing sin. Okay? Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb. And Moses cried unto Yahweh, saying, heal her now, O power, I beseech thee. And Yahweh said unto Moses, if her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed? And you should be ashamed, man. Okay, should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received in again. Okay, because that was a great shame to speak against a man of the Lord. Okay, let's go to not Proverbs, let's go to Ecclesiastes 5. Okay, this is Ecclesiastes 5:1. It says, keep thy foot when thou goest into the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. See, what the scriptures say, the Lord does not dwell in temples made with hands. Who's the temple of the Lord? The body, the elect, the chosen, the prophets. So you coming up to the prophets running your beak, especially in a platform where they're teaching, well, guess what? You're not keeping your foot in the house of the Lord. Okay? Then to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Man, let me read that in the NLT so you can get it. It says, as you enter the house of the Most High, keep your ears open and your mouth shut. Okay? It is evil to make mindless offerings to the Most High. And what you were saying on that comment board was mindless offerings. Okay? And I'm not even going to repeat it because it's not worthy of repeat. Okay? It's not worthy to be repeated. Okay? It says, be not, matter of fact, I'll say, be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High. Right? Did not how should I say, where two or three are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst of them. For the Most High is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore, let thy words be few. Okay, especially you women. This is for men as well, but this is especially for you women. How much more? The scriptures, as a matter of fact, say to keep silence. Okay, but do you guys listen to that? No, you don't. No, you don't. Why? Because you're not of the Lord. You're not of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You're of Jesus the Christ. You're of that false name. Okay? Yo, listen, man. You see? You guys just do what you want to do, man. You know? Without fear. You guys really don't have the fear of the Lord, man. Okay? This is 1 Timothy 2 and verse 9. It says, in like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair. Let's deal with that. Are you doing this? We're going to get down to the main point, but are you even doing this? Let me read this. But you talk about the law, statutes, and commandments. Let's read this again. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at these women right here. What do you notice about them? They got all these similitudes of pearls and costly array and embroidered hair and all these different things to garner attention. This is what it's about, garnering attention. This is not see. Oh yeah, well, it's not showing their curves. It's still not modest. This is not considered modest in the scriptures. What you see here, this is not considered modest. Okay, all this, especially with the gold and all the jewels on the headbands, you know, the similitudes of the jewels. That's not modest. Okay. If you have a nice looking garment, cool. But then you got all the gold trims and the pearls all over it to garner attention. See, so they do not follow the scriptures. Let's look up the word modest, because this is exactly what Paul is telling you not to do. This is exactly what he's telling you. This is exactly what is telling you not to do in the book of Timothy. Exactly what it's telling you not to do. All right. Okay. Let's look up the word modest. Because you think modest just means you don't wear booty shorts. No, modest goes deeper than that. Modest is, you know, is not garnering attention to yourself, not going overly flashy. Okay, it says well arranged, seemly, modest, of good behavior, orderly, decorous of good behavior. Okay, it says of a man living with decorum, a well-ordered life. Okay, it's not really giving me the full. Let's go to the root. Cosmos. Oh, so it goes into like order. Okay, it goes into order. This word goes into order, right? This word goes into order, but modest. Let's go into the word modest to see exactly what the word modest means. Unassuming or moderate. This is what it means by when it says order. It means unassuming or moderate. Okay, when you have gold trims, pearls, diamonds, you know, the similitudes of diamonds, all these extra flashy things, that's not unassuming and that's not moderate. Okay, in the estimation of, and of course, if you have your ass all out, that's not moderate. That's obviously for attention as well. Okay, but they're both for attention. Unassuming or moderate in the estimation of one's ability or achievement. Okay, of amount, rate, or level, relatively moderate, limited. Okay, so you know you're limited in how flashy you are, you know, right? Let's look up the word unassuming, because you know a woman, when she dresses a particular way, she has, like, let's say she has those, you know, she has the dress with like the sparkles on it. You know that woman is all about attention. Okay, it says unassuming, not pretentious or arrogant, right? Modest. Okay, so that could come out in the way that you dress. And like I said, when you see someone wearing something like this, you know, you got the jewel in the middle of the head, you got the jewels on the or the similitude of jewels on the clothing and on the forehead. This is not modest. This is not humble apparel. This is not unflashy or unassuming. Okay, so are you guys following that law? No, you're not, because guess what? All the scriptures is the law. The law is not just in Leviticus and Deuteronomy. The law is the whole Bible from the beginning to the end. Let me prove that. Let me prove that right now. Okay, I gotta come back to that, but let me prove that the whole book is the law. The Psalms, everything. Okay, the Proverbs. This is John 10:34. It says, Yahushua answered them, "Is it not written in your law, I said ye are gods?" Where is that written? That's written in the Psalms. Let's go right here. Psalms 82. I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. So what does that tell you? That tells you the whole book is the law. Okay? The whole book. So you guys are not following this law. But the IUIC is all about the laws, statutes, and commandments. Yeah, guys, come on, man. Right? But then you're getting lineups. And I know for a fact an individual that used to go to the same barber as me getting lineups. Because the barber would say, yeah, he gets lineups, but you're the only one I know that doesn't get lineups. So what's that about? But then you keep the laws, right? No, you're all about the look. You're all about the look. You have the look of an Israelite. You're not a true Israelite in spirit. And the reason I asked about that guy is because that guy was acting holier than thou. That's when that dude was acting holier than thou. Okay? It says, in like manner, also, this is back Timothy 2:9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness. They're not shamefaced. And it's not just to have your face looking shamefaced. It's to be shamed in the spirit, to be lowly in the spirit, to be humble in the spirit. Just the fact that you know that Eve is the reason that mankind is in the state that it's in should keep you in a humble state as a woman to begin with. Just that alone. Okay? But you guys are coming up on like you can rebuke. Man, I'm telling you, bro, there's a lot of judgment getting ready to happen, man. 2024 is going to be hot. Okay? And sobriety, not with braided hair or gold. You see, he's going into the braided hair, the braided hair, the gold or pearls or costly array. This is really just going into not to draw attention to yourself. That's what it's really going into. Okay? But which becometh women professing godliness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. No, let her come up on the comment board and try to teach men. Especially men that have been in this truth for 30 plus years and been proven through the Spirit. But I suffer not. I mean, I let not. Let me read that in NLT. I do not let women teach men or have authority over them. But but the IUIC, they don't care about that. They do whatever they want because they're led by Satan, these guys. Okay? These women that come out on the comment board, they're led by the spiritual demon Satan. And I'm proving it right now because they're not doing what the scripture says. Let them listen quietly because they don't know anything, man. Scripture say that about a clamorous woman. She knoweth nothing. And it's simple. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. I remember I was on the comment board with this one chick years and years ago. And I cut her with the scriptures a couple times. And she was still going. Just talking shit. It's still going. Listen, bro. Hey, man. And I bet you that woman is still commenting on the Apostle Gabar's comment board. If he left a comment, she's always going to leave the last comment because they're demons. They have demons on them. Man, I'm telling you, man. Bro, that's why I just stopped. I stopped arguing. I said, you know what? I'm not even going to respond to this chick because it's never going to end. That's how the end dub is, bro. It's never going to end with her. Okay? For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. Like I said, you should go back to thinking about Eve and why you have no reason to be proud, man. Okay? Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. What you're doing on the comment board proves that you're not sober-minded. Okay? It proves that you're high-minded. It proves that you're haughty. Isn't that why, first of all, isn't that why the kingdom of Judah women was cursed to begin with? Because they were haughty? Let's go to Isaiah. Okay? That proves that you're not, but you're very haughty. Okay? This is Isaiah 3:16. It says, moreover, the Lord saith to the daughters of Zion, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, which means high-minded. In French, the word for high is haute. Okay, haute, and it's spelled with H-A-U-G-H-T. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So you guys are high-minded. You think more highly of yourself than you ought to think. Okay, than you are. All right. Daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Yeah, like the feet bracelets. Okay. You see? And you see them IUIC women, they're full of jewels, man. They're full of them what seems to be costly array. Therefore, the Lord will smite the scab of the crown of the daughters of the heads of the daughters of Zion. And Yahweh will discover their secret parts, meaning bring them to shame. Okay? He made them bald-headed, and then he brought them to shame. In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, like I told you, the bracelets, and their calls and their round tires like the moon. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers and the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins. And you see them, they have all these things on, man. They got all these things, right? The glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. And I'm not telling you sisters that's amongst us following Great Millstone, don't be presentable when you go outside, go put on rags. No, you can look good, don't be presentable, but there's a level of garnering attention. Okay? That's wicked. That's not right. All right. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. Oh, right. Hey, we know the Southern Kingdom, they got that problem, man. And instead of a girdle, but then they're the proudest as well. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of a well-set hair, baldness. And instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth and burning instead of beauty. Okay, so this was all brought upon them from Yahweh Shem Yahushua because of their pride. All right. And then now you come claiming to be in the truth, and you're coming with that same pride. The same pride that them women came with back then is the same pride these chicks are coming with now, and really worse, a lot worse. Okay. Completely disrespectful. Coming to I'm gonna set you straight. Yo, man, how do you think the Heavenly Father looks at that? Don't you know how he feels about, people speaking against his men? Even men speaking against his men. How much more do you think he feels about the women? I showed you the example with Miriam. Okay, this is 1 Peter's, golly, man, this is 1 Peter's 3:1. It says, likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if and you should be tending to your husband. You shouldn't be on the goddamn comment board, man. You should be tending to a husband, man. Well, don't IUIC do marriages? Don't they have marriage ceremonies on the Passover, which is off? But don't they do that? Don't they do these things? So shouldn't you be tending to your husband, man? Why you on the comment board, man? Running your beak. When you should be, if anything, you should be sitting there in silence learning. Okay? If any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. Because a woman that's truly in the truth, she's not supposed to be so drawn by her emotions. She's supposed to know how to bridle her emotions more than the women of this world, because they're just whatever their emotions say, that's what they utter, that's what they do. Okay, and that's what leads them into trouble. That's what has them being led by Satan. That's what has them being led by Satan, is following their goddamn emotions, man. I'm telling you, I done seen women in my life that do things that ruin their whole life because of an instance that they did just following their emotions. I've seen that. And I said, why would you do that? Oh, it was God talking to me to do it. No, it wasn't God. Well, then why is your life in shambles because of that move? You understand what I'm saying? You got to start thinking differently from the women of this world. And when you watch these podcasts, these red pill, that's how these chicks are. They don't take accountability. And when you tell them about themselves, they do something called gaslighting. And that's what she was doing on the comment board to the apostle. They're gaslighting. He brought the scripture, and that was the end of the story. That should have cut them, and that should have been the end of the story. But no, they had more to say. Because they're of the world. They're not of the spirit, man. While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear. And they have no fear. Oh, they have no fear. Trust me. Till the Lord starts bringing major judgment upon them, they don't have no fear. Okay? whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of wearing of gold or of putting on apparel, but let it be the hidden man, right? This is speaking to you women now, of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of the Most High of great price. Basically, it's saying what's more important is your inside, is dressing up your inside, putting the makeup on your insides, okay? Putting the costly array upon the insides, the inward person, the inward woman, okay? That you may be what is acceptable to the Most High. Quiet, humble, a servant to your husband, okay? And to the church, okay? You understand what I'm saying? Obedient and in order. Exactly opposite of the women of the world and exactly opposite of what those women of IUIC displayed. And IUIC, they're not going to get on their women because they don't correct their peoples. They don't really correct their people because this type of stuff wouldn't go on. Paul was correcting the church. The apostles and elders and the brothers on down, we correct the other brothers if they go off. And sisters if they go off. All right? It said, but let it be. No, let's go. It says, for after this manner, in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in the Most High adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands. Even Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement. Yeah, well, like a lot of these women at IUIC, there's videos of them saying, "Oh Lord," or something like that. I believe I seen a video years ago of them calling their husband Lord. But let's say if they do call their husband Lord, right? It's not just about calling him Lord. It's about the inward, right? Do you really believe it? That's why the Lord even said, "Why callest me thou Lord, Lord, if you do not the things which I say?" So that whole outward adornance, "Oh Lord, Lord," on camera and washing the husband's feet on camera. Come on, man. That's all for show. That's all for the cameras, man. That's all for the lights, camera, action, man. That's all for hypocrisy. And the Lord told you about the wicked scribes and Pharisees, how they do everything to be seen of men. All right? And this is why we're getting on you now. The Spirit has us getting on you, man. Okay? Let's get Titus, man. Titus 2. This is Titus 2 and 3. It says, the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness. And those women were not in behavior at all. Not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women, not so you could teach men, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, okay? Chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. And they're not doing that. They are not doing that. They are doing the exact opposite of what the scriptures say. But at the same time, they're just like the wicked scribes and Pharisees. They're portraying to you that they're righteous. All right. Okay, and we'll see who's justified before the Most High in that day. Let's see which spirit is justified before the Most High in that day, because that's not the spirit to be in. This is 2 Timothy 3 and verse 6. It says, "For of this sort," matter of fact, let's go up here. Let's go up here, man. Verse 5, man, because this is and hey, when you see a whole bunch of women in the comment boards, you know what it's about. You know what it's about. It's false doctrine. Okay, that's what it's about. False doctrine. Okay, this is 2 Timothy 3 and verse 5. It says, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. Verse 5, right? 2 Timothy 3 and 5. Having a form of godliness, right? This is their leaders, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. Right, you got the gold breastplate, the purple, and the shining lion in the background. Oh, this must be a man of God. That's someone who's on a very low level in wisdom. They're very light-minded. They're very low level. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and led captive silly women laden with sins. That's where they get the majority of their followers. Even back in the ancient world, the majority of them followers and them false prophets were them women. Okay? Led away with diverse lusts, right? Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. So point blank, period. That's it. I didn't want to make this long. You know, this was a bit long-winded. Okay, but with that, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. And say shalom.